freaking smoked him. Golly, this deer gave me the runaround on Saturday so bad. He come in 4 times to this left side, and I didn't have the left side window open, and I couldn't shoot him. He come in 4 different times on Saturday, and I thought, I had a bad wind on Sunday evening, couldn't come in on Sunday evening. Monday evening, I had a great wind. My wind is blowing this way, which is my entry route. That deer just came out, and I didn't know he was coming, and I smoked him. He is deader than a hammer. Oh, that felt good. So a little background history about this location and the time frame. So most people in West Virginia are not going to have an opportunity to kill a velvet buck or even hunt when deer are still in velvet unless you're in an urban archery zone. And thankfully, I was lucky enough to draw a tag again this year. Well, I had to run back to the truck real quick, but today's my first day hunting with the new Sitka Gear Optifade cover. I'm excited, but unfortunately, I got stung right in the back of the head by a wasper as soon as I opened my blind. I've been having issues with waspers in this blind. I'm talking hundreds, and one got me for the first time today. But it's way too warm, but I'm gonna settle in for the evening hunt and hopefully tag my first buck of the season. Because with the urban hunt, you gotta have a doe. I've already filled that tag. So now it's time to kill a buck. The majority of the deer in this area are very small. It's overpopulated, and we're here for population reduction, and buck tags are earned. Deer after deer begin to filter through the area. Well, it's really hot. It's like 80 degrees and I'm inside this ground blind, which makes it even worse. I'll have the ozonics running because I'm gonna need it. But other than that, I'm here to kill an urban buck. In case you're wondering, this is the Tideway 270 see-through blind, and there's a full review on huntinggeardeals.com, as well as an exclusive coupon code. Pay close attention. This buck is in full velvet. In just a few more minutes, he's going to step away from the field, go into the timber, and rub most of that velvet off, and then step back into the field almost completely clean. It's amazing how quick these deer shed their velvet when it's that time. This 8-point is very tempting. He's the second largest deer on the property and maybe the most mature. It's a beautiful deer, but my sights are set on one buck in particular, and I'm going to hold off until I have the opportunity. This is the buck that I'm here to kill. And this video footage is actually from Saturday evening's hunt. This buck makes an appearance 4 different times, and he works his way into bow range each time. I just can't get a shot at it because I don't have the correct window on the blind open. Take a good look at the left side of your screen. This buck is within 20 yards. The problem is he's not in my shooting lane yet. And that's it. He slips away for the final time, and the evening hunt comes to a close. Now it's Monday evening. I've got a perfect wind, and I'm set up and ready to shoot out of the left window this time. And suddenly, the buck that I'm after appears, and I'm not wasting any time. Well, that's a wrap, guys. I just smoked my target buck. I couldn't be happier. This buck I've had on camera for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And going through the velvet season, I was hoping at the start of the urban archery season, he would be in velvet when I had a chance to kill him, but wouldn't you know it, he's rubbed off clean. Now, Saturday evening, I'd already filled my doe tag that morning, and I had a chance to kill him, but the problem is I didn't have my left window open, and that's where he stood, and exactly where I just shot him. I didn't open that left window because I wanted to have the perfect angle for filming instead of taking the best shot possible, and that's a lesson learned. And I hope that don't take that lightly, because deer are going to do what deer want to do, and sometimes we can't force them into a box. And that's what I tried to do on this hunt and almost ruined it. I had 4 encounters with this buck within 20 to 30 yards on Saturday evening, and I couldn't get it done because I just didn't have the window open. Had I opened the window, this would have been on Saturday evening, but it made today much more special. I couldn't be more excited to go and start this blood trail. I'm thankful that I'm going to have some friends and family here with me to take part in the start of the season. And this is going to be my son Ridge. It's going to be his first time seeing a deer that Dad killed. He's only 8 months old, of course, so I wanted to have him in the blind with me at some point in time during the season, but unfortunately this blind is full of wasps. I've had a ton of issues with these pesky things, and actually got stung on the back of the head as soon as I opened the door of this blind today. And I thought, well, it's all uphill from here. So I'm anxious to go get on this track and get started, but judging by the shot placement, I don't think he went far. Also, if you hadn't noticed, I've got the brand new Sitka Gear Optifade cover pattern on. And yes, I'm not in a tree. I'm not in the environment in which it's designed for, but hey, they shipped it to me pretty quick to be prepared for this hunt, and I can't wait to share it with you. So I'm gonna head back to the truck, get all my gear out of the way, and just enjoy this moment with friends and family, as you should too. A lot of times hunting season is a grind, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, at least I do, and in order to have that success. And when it doesn't come, we get discouraged. Saturday evening, yeah, I was extremely depressed knowing that I had an opportunity to kill the buck that I wanted to kill, and I failed. But my wife kept me positive, my friends kept me positive and said, today is the day. And of course, I had a good wind direction. Sunday, the wind direction was bad, and I wanted to be back in here, and he was here, but the wind direction was wrong, and I knew I had to stay out. So, without further ado, guys, here's the buck. So in the process of filming the outro for this video, another buck showed up. Yeah, this video here is gonna suck, but the truth of the matter is, see this Tideway 270 see-through blind? It's really see-through. Check that out. Earlier I referred to having a poor setup in here the previous hunt. So here's the window that I just shot this buck out of, and I had it closed off the last time. And that's actually where the deer are coming from, which is actually a deer standing there right now. Funny enough, but this right here, this window is what I was filming out of. This window is what I was trying to shoot from last time, which would have been further out in the field, and those deer had to cross by that would-be shooting lane if I would have just opened it. However, the footage is better tonight. The sun was starting to set. I'm in a beautiful scenario, and so this buck right here, he's actually been a pet or something at some point in time, because it was a spike last year, and he would actually let you pet him. The other deer in here are not like that, I can assure you. These deer are smart. That buck yesterday, or Saturday, he was not having it. He knew something was up. Just about got stung by a yellow jacket. Already been stung once today. But this little guy here is a little different, so I'm gonna see if he's gonna let me pet him. No, he won't let me pet him last time. I'll actually show you a photo of him last year. He was a spike, so the once a spike, always a spike rule. But that's exactly why you don't take a fawn into your house and feed him. And I know that does occur here in this area due to the fact that a lot of these deer, the females, get hit, or people assume they do, and they have fawns close to somebody's house, and they take them in, they nurture them. Because at the end of the day, whether you hunt or not, you love animals. I love animals, and I'm not going to let a fawn suffer. I want to do everything in my power to make sure it grows up. But unfortunately, when you do that, deer lose their sense of fear of humans, and they come out here knowing that good and well there's hunters in the woods like you and I, and we will shoot that deer. Now, I'm not going to shoot him because I know him. But somebody is, unfortunately. He won't make it to that 4 or 5 year old age where he's going to be a giant. And to be honest with you, next year, probably won't recognize him. There's a huge difference in this deer's behavior from this year to last year. Last year, he would literally come up and eat out of the palm of your hand. This year, he'll come out, he'll tolerate me, but he's not going to let me get too close.